Hello yogi friends. So this sequence is a response to a dear friend who asked for some help in strengthening the gluteals. So we'll be looking at strengthening and stretching, of course, as well, to have a balanced practice. Let's start on our backs, feet flat on the ground, and we'll be looking at some bridge poses. So we'll start with a rolling bridge. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, float the hips, feel that engagement of the gluteals. And then on the exhale, allow the shape to melt down, peel the shoulders up and find your way into a little core crouch here. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale it up. And exhale, melting down. Getting into that cozy little ball. Feet find the ground. Inhale. Big inhale. Exhale. Little ball. And then feet down. This time, let's keep our arms alongside the torso and we'll lift the pelvis up. So tailbone pointing towards the backs of the knees. Maybe readjust your shoulders, and we're going to hold this time. So you can feel that this position is very much being held by that engagement of the gluteal muscles. And let's play with a little pulsing here. So I'm going to release slightly, come down, and then recommit and come up. Let's try that 3 more times. So release. Engage, release, engage, and release all the way to the floor. This time, take your feet as wide as the mat. Allow the knees to fall over to the left. Arms just relax on the floor and your head can roll to the right. So this is our release of that work. And on the next inhale, we'll let that inhale take the knees up and over to the right, head rolls to the left. Just really letting everything go here with the support of the floor. And back to our starting point. So let's see if we can take it up to a bridge now and look at some dynamic variations there. So drawing those heels as close in towards the buttocks as you can. And we'll take the hands and place them just above the shoulders. Fingertips are pointing towards the shoulders. So our first movement is going to be just what we did with our bridge pose. We'll inhale those hips up, tailbone pointing towards the backs of the knees. And then press into the arms, coming to the top of the head, but not running any weight through the head. So you're holding yourself with your arms and your gluteals, and then pressing up. So feeling that gorgeous stretch in the front side of the body, and the stabilizing influence of the back side of the body. And let's find some little push-ups here. So we're going to lower down, just let the top of the head tap, and then straighten the arms again. And 1 more. And 1 more. Can we find 2 more here? So tapping down, stretching it up, tapping down, placing the head down, just melting into the mat. Let's stretch the legs out long. Arms up overhead, big inhale. Make it nice and tall here. And then as our counter stretch, let's bring the right knee in towards the chest. Hug it in. Release it long, and then left knee in towards the chest. Squeezing it in. And then 2 knees, and we'll just find some circles circling around the sacral area. Nice massage here to release that work. Beautiful. Crossing the legs, Let's roll it up and find our way into our tabletop position or cow pose. And let's release the back a little bit more by finding some barrel rolls here. So thinking of belly button, just making a circle like this. You can bend the elbows, so make this really kind of nice and flowy. Take it in the other direction. Just finding release in the back. Beautiful. Coming back to our all fours, and then we're going to stretch right leg back so you're on the ball of the foot and just pulse it a little bit there, feeling into the back of the leg. Beautiful. And then we're going to float the leg. So feel how, again, the gluteal muscles are being engaged here. Let's bump it up a little bit by reaching the left arm forward. So now we've got core stabilizers that are also coming online as we try to maintain this asymmetrical position. Enjoying one more breath here. And then we'll release down and take that on the other side. So left leg reaches back, ball of the back foot, pulse it a few times, just stretching out the back of that leg. Then coming to our stable position and floating the left leg. And then right arm reaches forward. As you're doing this, think back waistband is coming a little bit away from the torso, so we've got that stable core here. We're not really coming into a back bend per se. One more breath. Beautiful, and down. So let's try that again, and we'll add a little more core work to it. So sweeping right leg back, left arm forward, pushing belly away from the ground, and then we're going to crunch it in, so elbow and knee come together, and take it out again. Coming in, and taking it out. So come in, you can feel how that's stretching the gluteals, and then we'll take the same thing on the other side. So sweeping left leg up, right arm forward, and crunching it in, stretching it out, coming back, one last time, stretch it out, and draw it in. Beautiful. Let's take a few cat-cows here again, just as release. So tenting the fingers, rounding the spine, and then flattening the hands, tucking the toes, allowing the heart to come forward, and finding the breath pulse with that. So exhale. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, here's the cat. Inhale, and the cow. And coming back to our neutral, all fours position. So this time, let's tuck the toes, and we're going to push it back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then lifting that right leg, we're going to sweep it up. Big inhale, exhale, and knee to right elbow. Sweep it up again. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Place it back down on the left side. So sweeping left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Sweep it up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. And finding downward facing dog for a breath. And back to all fours. Now we're going to find an arc. So let's take it first off just on the ground. Right leg reaches out, and we're going to just sweep it in a semicircle and look at your right foot when it's at that extremity and back. So that's the motion. You can keep it on the ground, or you could lift it up and find the motion like that. Now this is going to require more engagement of the gluteals. So taking another few swipes here. Last one. Looking at the foot on this side, looking at it on that side, and placing it down. Let's find that same sequence on the left. So left leg comes up, I've got it on the ground now, and I'm just going to sweep it along the ground to the other side, and then in the air. So finding those sweeps, semicircle, following with your gaze, and setting it back down. Beautiful. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So here's our neutralizing position. Taking a few breaths here. You can bend one knee and then the other, pedaling it out. Good work. And then down to the knees. So here we go. Another little variation from the knees. I'm going to take the right knee and just bring it forward, so tap it on that right elbow and back. And same with the left. Left knee, left elbow. Great. Now tuck the toes. You can do the same thing we just did, or float the knees, and we'll try the same thing. So floating the knees, strong core engagement, tapping right elbow, tapping left elbow. Let's do that 2 more times. Right and left and right and left, and knees down, big toes together. Let's sit it back, so stretching out those gluteal muscles, swaying a little bit side to side, allowing the forehead to rest on the ground, releasing that work. You can sweep the arms back alongside the body, releasing the shoulders as well. Finding a few breaths here. Beautiful. And let's just stretch out a little bit from that sequence. So swinging the right leg forward into a low lunge. We'll just lean into that. And then on the inhale, allow that the exhale rather, allow the exhale to draw the hips back. And we're going to slide the hips side to side. So again, we're stretching out the gluteal muscles. We're also stretching out the inside of that leg in this Ardha Hanumanasana. Back. And let's switch it out. So left leg forward, low lunge. Leaning into it. Ooh, just feeling that nice stretch of the hip flexor. And then hips, take them back. And a little slide, side to side. Ardha Hanumanasana. And coming forward, back to all fours. Let's take a little pigeon stretch here. So when I practice pigeon, I like to have a 90-degree angle in the knee, but like that's going to vary with different people. So you find the thing that is comfortable for your particular knee. And let's find some circles here. So we're massaging into the outside of that right hip and the gluteal. Take it in both directions. Maybe diving it forward. Beautiful. Coming back, let's just exchange those legs. So left leg comes forward. You find the angle that is appropriate for your knee. And we'll find those circles. I'm tenting my fingers just to have a little support for that. So sweeping around in one direction, take it in the other direction when it feels good to do so. And if it feels right, diving it into a fold. And walking up out of that, let's make a dynamic flow of that pigeon. We've done this elsewhere in another video. We'll just take a little nod to that again. So here's right leg, pigeon, dive it down or bow it in. And sweeping left leg, right leg goes back. Bow it in. And let's find 2 more. Feels so good. Such a nice way to find openness in the hips. Last time. Our joints like to move. So it's really lovely to find those kinds of exercises that are going to take them into their full range of motion. I hope this has helped you explore your hips and your gluteals specifically. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste and namaskar.